Over the past few years, I've been guided to write about my own spiritual journey, and today I want to share why. These books were born from my own lived experience and what I was moving through at the time. Not because I felt I had all the answers, but because writing became a way for me to heal, to understand, and to come home to myself. At some point, I realized that my purpose was to share this with the collective, but in a way that allowed people to reflect on their own path, to question anything that didn't truly align with them. So I simply offered my story, my suggestions, to guide people back to a deeper truth, one that already lives within them. Each of these books represents a different stage of my journey, and each one is an inner shift in itself. You may feel drawn to all of them, or just one, depending on where you are on your own path. I truly believe you will know if these books are for you. That quiet inner knowing is something I encourage you to trust. My first book, A Spiritual Guide to Unlocking the Power Within, focuses on the foundational understanding. It's a guide that invites you to slow down, to look within, and to honestly reflect on the life as it is now. There is a strong emphasis on self-reflection and journaling, because I wanted you to really see how much awareness you already carry. This book explores areas such as self-love, self-care, gratitude, healing, emotional intelligence, conditioning, relationships, and many more. This book intention was never to overwhelm, but to help you build a stronger inner foundation that supports growth, clarity, and transformation. My second book, The Void, A Journey Within, reflects on a much deeper and more intense period of my life. It speaks to the space between who I was and who I was becoming, a time when I was guided to go inward, to listen to my inner guidance, and to sit with what was unfolding, rather than trying to fix or escape it. This period was marked by transition, loss, growth, and profound stillness. I learned about love without conditions, letting go, being sovereign, and the quiet strength that comes from simply being with what is. I didn't write this book to say, this is something you need to go through, or that this is what it should look like. I wrote it to offer reassurance, because when you're asked to let go of past versions of yourself, it can feel silent, confusing, and deeply triggering. And if you find yourself in that space, I want you to know that you are not alone and that it is possible to get through it. My third book, Releasing the Ego Stories, Seeing Through the Illusions of Who You Think You Are, continues that journey as I began to emerge from the stillness of the void. I was no longer who I used to be, but I hadn't really stepped into who I was becoming. This book explores the ego, not as something to fight or to reject, but as something to understand. So many of us don't realize how deeply the ego shapes our identities, defines our roles, and convinces us that we are the stories we believed about ourselves, other people, and life itself. I reflect on those stories I carried for years and what happened when I finally able to see through those illusions. That awareness brought a deeper sense of peace, clarity, and freedom, and a way of living where the ego no longer runs the show. Each of my book covers were created with intention. They are not random designs. Through Akashic insight, the colours and geometric shapes were divinely guided to reflect the energy and meaning held within each book. And through conscious graphic design, that guidance was translated into a visual form. These 3 books are raw, honest, and deeply personal. I chose to write them this way because I believe there is power in truth and in allowing ourselves to be seen. My hope is that if you are on your own journey of growth and change, these words may offer you reassurance, comfort, and understanding. That they remind you you are not alone. that you already carry the answers within you, and that even when the path feels uncertain or challenging, it is possible to move through it, to find inner peace and freedom, and to live from that place of being sovereign.